Over the last few years, zombies have been everywhere, and you know what? I couldn't be happier. Most people would say that they are sick of zombies, but I don't understand how. There are so many great things with zombies. There's Shaun of the Dead, Left 4 Dead, The Walking Dead, both the TV show, graphic novel and video game, and there's the zombie mode in Call of Duty and much more. While not everything with zombies in is great, most of them are, so personally I can't get enough of zombies. It's why I had so much interest in the Wii U launch title Zombi U, a Ubisoft game made exclusively for the Wii U. It looked cool, but ultimately I didn't buy it at launch as it had very mixed reviews. Some loved it, some didn't mind it, and some hated it. I did get myself a copy eventually though, so exactly how good is this game? Is it everything you would want from a zombie game, or a rushed mess that makes zombies seem overused and that they should just die? Let's see. Zombi U was not always a game about zombies. Originally the game was called Killer Freaks from Outer Space and was announced as an original title from Ubisoft when the Wii U was first announced. The gameplay involved going around shooting weird alien creatures. Slowly though, they decided to change the tone of the game to being more serious, as Killer Freaks from Outer Space was more of a tech demo that only featured a group of weird small aliens, as it was running off technology from the Rabbids games. When trying to make the game more serious, they thought that having the enemies be zombies would be the best way to do it, hence Zombi U. Also, in case you're wondering why it's called Zombi U rather than anything else, it's because Ubisoft's first game was a zombie game called Zombie, so this is a sequel, although not really. Right, enough pointless trivia, let's look at the game itself. The game starts with you, a random survivor, roaming the streets of London after a zombie outbreak. Some guy tells you to get out of there and leads you to a safe house. This is a cool opening as you have no weapons, so you can only run away from the large hordes. It also establishes zombies as a real threat in this game, as there are individual zombies that you have to avoid. It falls down a little though, as it's way too short to be effective, but it's still a nice opening. The game's story is that zombies have taken over London and you have to try to survive with the help of the Prepper, the man who talks to you all the time. It kind of has a Bioshock thing going on, as he's a British guy telling you what to do. There is also a doctor who is trying to find a cure, and a group called Ravens of D who are trying to save everyone. I like how backseat the story is, and you spend a lot of the game trying to survive or help people out, such as the man from Up. I also like that there is no focus on why or how the zombie outbreak occurred. A lot of backstory is either told by documents found on the floor or by the Prepper mentioning it. Every bit of information told to you by the Prepper feels like the phrase, "oh by the way," should be before it, with my personal favourite being, "oh by the way, the Queen was a lizard." The gameplay focuses on survival, like most zombie games. What separates Zombi U though is how slow paced it is. It's cool to have a zombie game play like a survival horror game rather than being something arcadey. Each hit from a zombie does a lot of damage, so it's easy to be taken down by one single zombie if you're not being careful. While you do get guns in this game, you don't get a lot of ammo for them, so you're going to be using the default cricket bat a lot to take down zombies. The thing is that the zombies can either die in one from the cricket bat or take 9 or so hits to be killed. The large health and strength of the zombies make this game feel tense, as while 1-on-1 you can kill a zombie okay, 2 or more are going to give you real problems. This approach is something I really like, as it means that the game is all about tactics and being smart. However, due to the clunkiness of the cricket bat and the large health of the zombies, killing zombies can take a while, but I never found it to be too much of a problem. This game isn't about combat, it's about survival, so whenever I had to hit a zombie 9 or so times to kill it, I wasn't thinking, man this is taking a while, I was looking out for other zombies, and there's a satisfaction in cornering a zombie off so you can kill it easier. With the zombies being a strong threat, gameplay revolves around surveying the area. This is accomplished by using the Wii U gamepad. The map is displayed at all times on the gamepad and a red dot appears whenever it picks up movement. This means that by using the gamepad you can plan your routes to avoid zombies or take them out successfully one by one. By having a map at all times and the game not pausing when you check the gamepad, it adds to the tension. Another gamepad feature that helps things feel tense is the backpack. Whenever you want to check your backpack, you have to hit the backpack button on the gamepad and your character becomes vulnerable while looking at your inventory. You don't have to go into your backpack every time you want to use an item though, as you get 6 slots on your gamepad screen where you can instantly use an item. It means that you have to be smart when it comes to which items to choose, as one is already taken up by the flashlight and you'll need weapons, healing items and grenades to take out hordes. Gamepad does have other uses, such as using the gamepad to physically aim the sniper, and a UV scanner that you need to open doors and solve Batman Arkham Asylum style puzzles. Overall, the Wii U gamepad adds a lot to this game and really gives you the sense of analysing an area and clearing a path through the zombies. The game takes place in a non-linear world, but will have you doing linear missions the whole time. You start off in a safe house and then go to different areas at different times, unlocking a new section each time. It actually feels a lot like a Metroid game, where you have certain areas that you need to be at certain times, but you're not going through levels in a straightforward fashion. I think this structure makes a lot of sense for a zombie survival horror game, as it makes you feel like you're actually exploring a real place that has gone to hell, rather than just wherever the game decides to throw you. Each area is linked by the shortcut system, which means you can revisit any previous areas from each of the shortcut points across the map. This means that at any point in the game you can go back to certain areas and get supplies if you're running low on supplies. What makes it necessary to do this is the survivor system. You start off as some random guy, but if you get killed then you become a zombie and take control of a brand new survivor. What this means is that anything you have on you when you die stays on that character, so if you want all your items back you have to go to that exact point, kill the person you were playing as and get your stuff back. This is a really nice idea, once again adds weight to staying alive and making sure you don't get killed. It's also cool how people zombies from other Wii U consoles show up in your game and can be killed and looted for items. However, this system isn't perfect. It never really takes a long time to get back to where your character was, due to the fact that all the zombies you killed as the previous survivors stay dead, and there's the shortcut system. However, if you die during certain missions, then that counts as you finishing the mission and you have to start the next mission as the new survivor. This caused me some frustration, as I wanted to see how missions ended, but the only way for me to do this was to start a new game. It's also annoying when you're killed cheaply, which doesn't happen too often, but it does happen, especially with the zombies that have instant kill explosives on their back. The graphics in this game are both really good and pretty bad. Technically I can't say that they're impressive, and sometimes they can look bad, like with the blood effects and zombies floating on stairs. However, the lighting and artistic choices add a really great atmosphere. Everything is dark and dingy with no bright colours, and there's some really cool lighting effects here. The game took me around 7 hours to beat, which is pretty decent, but length is added by the survivor mode. This is where you only get one survivor to beat the whole game, and when you die, that's it. There are also leaderboards that give you scores based on how long you survive and how many zombies you killed. I would be lying if I said I cared about getting some sort of high score, but it's nice that it's there. Another thing I thought was odd about this game was the lack of choice in the missions. You spend half your time helping the prepper and following his orders, and half the time helping other people. It wouldn't be a problem, but the prepper gets really angry at you every time you defy him, even though the game forces you to. It seems like there might have been a choice system here at some point, but got taken out, which is a shame, as it would have been really cool. Zombi U's focus on survival really makes it stand out. While it isn't the scariest game I've played, it has a great atmosphere, and the choices Ubisoft made here make it feel tense. There are a few frustrations when playing it, but the good far outweigh the bad here to make a strong Wii U title. My score is 7.5 out of 10. At its core, this game is amazing, and I love its take on the zombie genre. However, it can be annoying and is lacking in overall content.